Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. In it together and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, presenting Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Services. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their lives. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. And Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID, brought to you by SCDHEC. In it together, the Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Hey there, happy Friday. I'm Tre Tailor, and today we're coping with mushrooms and entrepreneurship. Tatrina White is the owner of Purple Mushroom. It's an urban indoor farm that cultivates 10 specialty mushrooms, and she also has 4 branded products. Tatrina, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to talking to you about your Purple Mushroom farm. We're going to talk to Tatrina in just a short and talk about more coming up on Coping with Tre Tailor. But first, your COVID community updates. The South Carolina tax-free weekend begins today through Sunday. Many products will be exempt from the state 6% sales tax. That includes computers, printers, school supplies, clothing and accessories, shoes, and certain bed and bath items. Items not included: digital cameras, smartphones, jewelry, cosmetics, eyewear, wallets, watches, and furniture. For a complete list of what you can and cannot purchase, visit dor.sc.gov/tax-free weekend. And DHEC needs your help. The agency is planning more testing for mosquito-borne illnesses and wants you to report if and when you see any dead birds. Now, if you do, what should you do? Put on your gloves, put it in a bag, seal it up, and take it to the health department. The birds will help DHEC determine the amount of infections in the state and decide what kind of mosquito control programs are needed. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and location for COVID testing and vaccinations in and around South Carolina. Visit scdheck.gov for a complete list. Now, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, you will see all of the information and more that I'm getting ready to tell you about now. You can find out information about where you can get 5 free rapid self-tests from covidtest.gov, COVID vaccinations for veterans, which is at the VA, Kroger Pharmacy, CVS, and Walgreens, all are among the retailers that offer free COVID tests and vaccines. Plus, the Comet Bus System. You can not only get a free COVID vaccine and test at the Comet Bus System, but you can catch a Comet to get your vaccine for free. Now, if you're having some challenges making your appointment online, Get Set Up can help you. Call Get Set Up and they can get you set up to make your COVID vaccine appointment and your test. Also, financial information will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen, including FEMA. They have a COVID funeral reimbursement program if you lost someone due to COVID. SC Bar Association and SC Legal Services has a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. Lexington County has a bill assistance program, along with SC Housing, and Dominion Energy has a rental and utilities assistance program, and SC Hopes has a 24-hour assistance line from the South Carolina Department of Mental Health. Now, also, the fair is hiring. The largest event in the state of South Carolina needs some help. Now, you can go to the State Fair website and apply to get a position on October 13th through the 23rd. Now, they've got some great perks, VIP parking, employee breakfast, passes for you get in free anytime, but you also get some free passes, and they've got all types of help that they need. You can see the screen for more information about working this fall as a temp worker at the South Carolina State Fair. Also, 'tis the season for back to school events, and there are plenty. We will see several different flyers right now. And again, all of this information will be scrolling at the bottom of the screen. All the different back to school events that you can go to, get free food for your kids, get free back to school supplies, and other services and resources are available in and around South Carolina. 'Tis the season for back to school, and there are several back to school events. And again, not only are they going through right now on the screen, but you can see that information at the bottom of the screen throughout the show. You're watching Coping with Tre Tailor. I'm Tre Tailor. We are streaming live on the Tailor Made Production page on Facebook. Please go over there, hit like and share and follow. Not only will you be able to get notifications as to when we go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. for Wellness Wednesday from It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council, but also on Thursday and Friday for Coping with Tre Tailor. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel also. Please go over there and hit the subscribe button. I tell you, we've got 2+ years of information, resources, and interviews, because we'll always be coping with something. We also have a presence on Instagram and also on Twitter. Now, of course, we've got your comment section. If you have a comment or a question for myself or our guest, please feel free to post it. We're going to come right back in just a short and talk with Tatrina White of Purple Mushroom. She has an indoor urban mushroom farm, and I can't wait to hear about it and tell you more about it too. That's coming up next on Coping with Tre Tailor.
The Comet gives me a reliable source of transportation.
It's very convenient to me, and they have wonderful drivers.
It's clean and it builds community. It's fun to meet people.
It makes me feel like really independent. It's just fun.
It's always going to be there and gets me everywhere I need to go.
We try to ride every single day. Comedy is our livelihood.
Hello, I'm Carolyn Sawyer, an entrepreneur and caregiver. Part of taking care of your health is knowing if you're at risk of type 2 diabetes. Prediabetes is serious and puts you at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. Up to 90% of South Carolinians who have it don't know they have it. Visit inittogethersc.org. Take an online test to find out your risk and join a diabetes prevention program. This message brought to you by the Diabetes Action Council of SC.
Computers, they're a part of our everyday lives, but when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Thank you so much for joining us. You're watching Coping with Tre Tailor. I'm Tre Tailor. We're streaming live on the Tailor Made Production page on Facebook. That's the home of Coping with Tre Tailor. Please go over there, hit like and share and follow, and receive notifications as to when we go live Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday from It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council. Also on Thursday and Friday with Coping with Tre Tailor. We are streaming live also on the YouTube channel. Please go over there and hit the subscribe button. We've got 3 years of information, interviews, and resources available for you, because we always will be coping with something, and we've got some information on there to help you do just that. We're also streaming live on the on Instagram and also on Twitter. Today, we're coping with entrepreneurship. Tatrina White is the owner of the indoor urban farm, the Purple Mushroom, where she grows 10 varieties of gourmet and specialty mushrooms and 4 branded products. Tatrina, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Girl, next time you got to get me some mushrooms. I love mushrooms.
I know.
I'm a vegetarian, so Josephine, my admin, and I, we were talking about mushrooms is like my meat,
Yes, yes, and that's a little bit on how I got started. I wanted to cut back on meat consumption, and
Okay.
and after some research, I realized that I needed to replace the meat that I was losing with mushrooms. So I went on a search for these elusive oyster mushrooms. I went everywhere, and either they were out, I just missed them, or places just didn't sell them. And I started calling around. I was like, well, where do I get these oyster mushrooms from?
Hmm.
And after a few phone calls, this one guy said, Tatrina, you can actually grow your own mushrooms.
Oh, wow.
And that sparked my interest in it. And I started researching and diving into learning how to grow my own mushrooms.
That is amazing. I love that
Yeah.
story, Tatrina. So you really weren't into gardening. It really came out of the fact that, as you said, you were cutting back on meat. You needed to get mushrooms. You couldn't find the mushrooms that you needed.
Right, right. So that's exactly how it got started. And I started growing for myself. They were plentiful and they were growing real nice. So I started sharing with family and friends. And after a while, I sat down and said, you know what, I really can make a go at this. And so I became serious about it, started investing in some more inventory and started, growing my business. And that's how the purple mushroom came about.
Katrina, this is such a great story. So let me ask you, you said the guy told you it's easy to grow mushrooms. So tell me what the mushroom growing process is.
It's easy in steps, but because it requires a clean space and it's work, it's labor of love. But because I am a full functioning mushroom house, so I do everything from the laboratory work of a clean space with the spores all the way to harvest. So what the step one is to have the spores, whether you're foraging wild mushrooms, which I don't. But if you're foraging wild mushrooms or you come across a mushroom that you want to grow and cultivate, you will collect the spores. You will then put it in what we call liquid culture. And we're growing this out so we can add it to like a grain jar. It can be millet, corn, um, um, uh, uh, different types of grain, whatever, popcorn, whatever you have at your disposal, you can add it to it. Once you get it to grow out on your grain, you're going to add it to your substrate. And the best thing about mushrooms, one of the best things, is that you can grow mushrooms actually on byproducts or waste products, such as spent coffee, wheat straw, cardboard, corn cobs. So mushrooms really can take those things that people were already going to throw away and turn it into, and you can fruit your mushrooms on it. And after the mushrooms are grown, yeah, you can take the block that is grown on and you can compost it down and return it back to the earth and put more nutrients in your garden, in your crops, in your field. So mushrooms are dynamic. Yeah.
So when is mushroom growing season?
More towards the fall. And the reason because spring and summer has passed, all the good vegetables and fruit, they're out of season now. But mushrooms you can grow year round. And because it's a year round crop, you can grow plentiful during the fall and the winter time. Not much competition in the vegetable department. So now it's time. That's usually the mushroom season.
Tatrina White joins us. We're coping with entrepreneurship and mushrooms. She is with the Purple Mushroom. It's a boutique indoor mushroom garden where she grows 10 varieties of gourmet and specialty mushrooms and 4 branded products. So I could grow mushrooms in my backyard, or do you start inside?
You can start inside. It depends on the species. You can grow inside or you can grow them outside. But I also sell mushroom kits. So if you want to try your hand at it, to say, I want to grow my own mushrooms. So you have the kit and you can find a nice shady spot in your home, a kitchen countertop.
So it needs to be shady. It needs to be not some place where a lot of sun is coming in.
Not a lot of sun, not a lot of air. You don't want to dry your mushrooms out. A nice shady spot is really nice. A kitchen countertop will work perfectly. And you're going to spritz it. Just I can't tell you enough, just a spritz. You don't have to water it like a plant, just a spritz, and then you can cultivate and grow your own mushrooms at home.
So what kind of mushrooms can you grow at home? Because I mean, you got 10 varieties of mushrooms. And look, I ain't trying to grow, I ain't trying to be like you, girl. But what kind of mushrooms can a novice mushroom grower like me grow?
The easiest to start with is going to be a oyster mushroom. They're kind of hardy, easy to grow, and pretty aggressive. So they don't require a lot, fresh air, some water, right humidity, a little bit of shade, and you can grow your own mushrooms. But the kit has everything you need. So you're going to purchase the kit, you're going to open it up, cut a little slit in it, spritz it a couple times a day, and you can grow your own mushrooms. And I did it that way so you can enjoy the mushrooms instead of worried about, can I grow it? Is it going to be too much for me to do? Do I have to watch it? So I made it that way so you could just open it up, spray it a couple times a day. Within about 7 to 10 days, you can enjoy yourself some fresh mushrooms.
Awesome. Well, I'm gonna get a kit. I want to get a kit. I have grandbabies, so I think they'll enjoy, seeing, and especially my grandson. He loves that kind of thing. So I think,
Yes.
and they're not crazy about mushrooms, but I love mushrooms. So,
Yeah.
So listen, what are the different types of mushrooms that you grow?
So they're all edible mushrooms. On the edible side, I grow blue, pink, yellow. These are just different types of oyster mushrooms, as well as pioppino, shiitake, and lion's mane. And you've probably heard of some of those. So those are the mushrooms that I grow as well.
So
And
what is the difference between the different kinds of mushrooms?
so on the gourmet side, you're looking more at flavor, like the flamingo or pink oyster mushroom have like a ham taste to it, very meaty ham tasting. However, is one of the most the strongest odor mushroom. And you have the shiitake mushroom, really nice, great in sautés and soups. That's the flamingo right there. That's the pink one. And you have the golden oyster mushroom, more of a nutty flavor to it, real thin but really nice. You have the blue oyster. It has like a little complex kind of earthy taste to it, but it's real meaty. It's great for you can saute it in some olive oil, season it the way you want to. You can bake them, saute them. But the difference between the gourmet mushrooms and probably the mushrooms that you see in the store, such as the white button, cremini, portobello, which are all the same mushrooms, they're just harvested at a different stage.
Oh, really?
Yes. So those are more of your manure loving type mushrooms. The mushrooms, the edible gourmet mushrooms, more of like a wood loving species. So they enjoy like the wood based substrate to grow in.
What does that mean, girl? You're speaking Greek to me.
I'm so sorry. So when
you're speaking like a mushroom farmer.
I'm gonna turn around here to get something for you.
Okay. I'm like, what?
So when I grow the mushrooms, they're grown on blocks like this. And inside this block is like a straw base, wood based on here. If you ever, viewed how they grow the white button mushrooms, is in the dark, is more like a manure based type. I would compare it to soil. If you were planting something, is more of a manure type soil to grow it in. For the gourmet mushrooms, they enjoy like more of a wood type or not manure based substrate. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Tatrina White joins us. She's the owner of the indoor urban farm, the Purple Mushroom. She grows 10 varieties of gourmet and specialty mushrooms for branded products. Now, can people buy your mushrooms, Tatrina, or do you sell them to other places like grocery stores and restaurants?
Oh no, I sell them directly to the public. I enjoy selling out in the public. I'm at different events, different farmers market. I am working on my warehouse space, so you can come through and pick up your mushrooms. But yes, I sell directly to the public.
Okay, awesome. So you've got the variety of mushroom. Now, I love that you also started with your branded products. Is this some of the branded products that we're looking at here?
That's right. Those are tinctures. And that side of the business, those are more of the functional mushrooms or medicinal mushrooms. And that tincture is one of the most concentrated ways to receive the benefits of the mushrooms. So you have lion's mane, which is great for concentration, focus, memory. So if you're walking in your living room and you 3 times and you couldn't remember what you came in there for,
Right,
you might
right.
want to try some lion's mane. We have cordyceps, which is great for energy and endurance. Chaga, which helps with gut health. Reishi, which is nice to improve stress and help with sleep. So I sell the tinctures, I sell powders. I also sell reishi blended teas. And the functional mushrooms are also in a brand of coffee that I have, a mushroom blended coffee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what are some, you told us, I love the tinctures. I want to get some tinctures. What about the teas? I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'll ask for people who drink coffee. So
Yeah.
tell us what the benefits are for the mushroom based teas and coffees.
So if you're going to enjoy coffee, because the mushroom coffee does contain caffeine. But if you're going to enjoy the coffee, go ahead and improve your health as well. Include some of the benefits from the mushrooms. And it has 5 different mushrooms, some of the ones I just named, such as the chaga, cordyceps, lion's mane, turkey tail, and red reishi. And because these 5 powerhouse mushrooms and give you the benefits of and bring it down inflammation, help improve sleep, energy. So if you're going to go ahead, if you're going to enjoy the coffee, go ahead and enjoy the mushrooms as well. And I did it that way because I wanted to introduce another way for you to incorporate more mushrooms into your life. So you
Right.
don't have to go out of your way. You can, if you're already drinking and this is your morning routine, even if you get the powders, if you're already having a green smoothie, if you're having tea in the morning, even coffee, go ahead and include that in your morning drink so you can enjoy it. The teas are great. They're a blueberry, reishi, hibiscus blend of tea. And once again, I wanted to make it easy for you to enjoy the benefits. They're really tasty. If you're already enjoying your cup of tea in the morning, just grab a bag, get yourself straight, meditate over your cup of tea and enjoy a blend of mushroom based coffee, of teas and coffee.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a tea drinker. Danielle Lake joins us. Thank you, Danielle. She says great information. She says she's a 1 cup a day coffee drinker.
Okay.
So, what would you suggest for Danielle? Because is it one type of tea and one type of coffee as opposed to the 4 different tinctures? Tinctures.
So as far as the coffee goes, I have drip coffee. So if you're more than a person who drink more than 1 cup of coffee, you can put it into your drip coffee and enjoy more than 1 cup. But I also have it in instant. So it's like Danielle, she wants 1 cup of coffee in the morning. You tear open your pack, you pour it into your cup, and you can enjoy it 1 cup at a time. The teas, there's blueberry, mango, and I have orange spice. So there are 3 different blended type of teas. All of them are reishi blended teas.
And what are the benefits of the different teas and coffees? The mushroom based teas and coffees. What
So,
makes them different than just a regular cup of coffee or tea?
so the difference is that each blend of the teas contain reishi in it.
The reishi. Mm-hmm.
So the blueberry is great for energy. So you're in the morning, you want to start your day off great. You can start
Yeah.
off with a nice hot cup of coffee. The mango, it soothes the stomach, the lining of the stomach,
That's the
but
gut.
the gut. But you also have the reishi that's in it again, which is an anti-inflammatory and improves your mood. Reishi is great for improving your mood.
Oh, good.
And then you have the orange spice. That's more of a if you're feeling something coming on, a little cough is a little stronger, and that one does contain some caffeine in it, but it'll give you a nice add some of the mushroom blended honey to it, and you can put that aside for your apothecary. So that's not an everyday type of tea, but that's if you're feeling and you're trying to fight a little something off, you want to help your body to fight it off. So all these medicinal mushrooms are adaptogenic, meaning it just helps your body do what it's already going to do. You're
Right.
already healing, but it's going to assist to help it move along a little better.
I love this. Now, can people go to your website, Tatrina, and order?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's www.thepurplemushroom.com, and you can place your orders there.
Right. We see the website right now, and
Mhm.
it has all of the different items that
Mhm.
people can order.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then I know you said that you are working on having a space where people can come. Now, do you have them in other retail outlets?
Not yet, not yet. So eventually I will be able to, find some smaller boutique shops maybe, or smaller grocery stores or bodegas who would like to include some of the products. And
Yeah.
I will be more than happy to speak with someone if they would like to introduce some of those products.
I'm thinking about two specific ones. On North Main, there's some place called Uncle Willie's.
Yes,
You familiar? Yeah,
I
Christy
am.
Williams has a great spot over there. I think that would be perfect. And then Kevin and Lakeisha Raspberry have a bodega in gosh, it is if you I can't remember. I mean, I know how to get there. But it's downtown Columbia. Do you
Okay.
know where golly, Aflac is? Like if you're coming down Taylor Street, getting ready to go like to West Columbia, Aflac will be on your right hand side, and then you kind of just dead end into a housing complex. Do you know where I'm talking about? I got to get you the information. I got to get you
Yes,
the information
yes.
because both of those would be great, I think, for you to place your items in. So
That would be nice. That
yeah,
would be
let's
nice.
connect afterwards so I can give you both of those places. I think would be amazing. I'm
Okay.
going to get some stuff, and then you could do a little event, and I'll come in. It will be great. Look, I just
Yes.
said this stuff before.
Yes, I would love for you to come out. I would love for you to
Yeah.
come out.
What
Yeah.
about Soda City? Have you thought about doing Soda City on Saturday?
I've done Soda City a time or two, but I am going to start at least going back to Soda City once or twice a month.
Yeah. Another place I'm thinking about, Judy Etheridge has, I don't know if you know her. She does a lot of charcuterie boards. She does, and she has a space on Park Lane. That would be another great spot for you. But go to the website, Tatrina White. She's the owner of the Indoor Urban Farm, the Purple Mushroom, 10 varieties of gourmet and specialty mushrooms, 10 branded products. She's got the tinctures, the coffee, the tea, and then also a mushroom growing kit that you and your kids can enjoy and find out the beauty of growing. That's the
Yeah.
website.
And teachers as well. If you want to do something different other than that little bean that you do every year for your students, bring in a mushroom grow kit for your students.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. I
Yeah.
love that. That's a great idea too.
Yeah.
Tatrina, thank you so much for joining us today. This is fascinating.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love for you to come back as we run out of time. I'd love for you to come back because I want to talk about your business model, the process, because that's always a challenge, I think, and good information for people to hear about
Yes.
how they started their business, how they got the funding, how they, that the nuts and bolts of all of it.
Right, right.
So I know people would be interested in that too.
Maybe
Tatrina,
next time you can come out to the shop, to the mushroom shop, and we can sit down and we can, take a tour and we can talk about all that.
I would love to do that. When are you thinking you're going to be up and running?
I know I will definitely be up and running by the end of this month, but I would like you to come out maybe, first the week in September. If y'all can pencil me in, I would love for you to come out.
I would love to do that. Thanks so much for the invitation. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Girl, thank you for following your passion. I believe that God gives us stuff. And sometimes we say, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You say, God, you can't be saying, but you recognize that
Yes.
this was not only a need for you, but this
Right.
would be a great opportunity, not only for other people, but a business opportunity for you. So I love that you followed your mind and your heart and
Thank
that
you.
you just grabbed onto your dream and you
I
do it.
did. I
Yeah.
did, and dived in head first. Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Thank
Well,
you so
listen,
much.
Thank you so much. Good luck to you. God bless. And I look forward to talking to you soon again.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
That is Tatrina White. She is the owner of Purple Mushroom. It's an indoor urban farm. Wasn't that fascinating? You can see her information on the screen. 10 varieties of gourmet and specialty mushrooms, plus the 4 branded products, coffee, tea, the mushroom kits. What a great idea, as she said, for teachers, and also the tinctures. She's got one for gut health, one for mood. What else did she say? I don't remember, but I thought, one for immunity and something else. Again, go to the website and check it out. Listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope with COVID, please email Josephine at booking@copingwithtretailer.com. Do you have a product or service that could help someone cope with COVID or cope with anything? Because we're coping with everything all the time. Please email copingwithtretailer@gmail.com. We would love for you to be a proud sponsor, just like In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council, also the Comet, Bus System, Black Pages, Black Expo, Agape Counseling and Training Services, the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office, Attorney Byron Gibson, and also Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. Coming up next week, Wellness Wednesday, we're going to talk about immunizations. 'Tis the season for back to school, and we got to get our kids immunized. So we'll talk about that, and also monkeypox. There is an epidemic of monkeypox in America, and 23 cases already in South Carolina. We talked about that yesterday, and we'll tell you more about that next Wednesday on Wellness Wednesday. And then we're going to get our Roe versus Wade update. Attorney Tamika Isaac Devine joins us along with Holly Holiday to tell us what has happened since last month's Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. And speaking of that, we'll talk with the folks from Daybreak on next Friday. They are a facility that offers care and services for those seeking pregnancy options. We're going to find out how all of this has impacted them and what advice they have for all of us. That's coming up next week on Coping with Tre Tailor. Until the next time, I wish you peace and abundant blessings. And no, I didn't forget about the devotion. I'm gonna get ready to do it for you now. Thank you. Today is August 5th, I do believe, and it says, "Sit quietly in my presence while I bless you. Make your mind like a still pool of water, ready to receive whatever thoughts I drop into it. Rest in my sufficiency as you consider the challenges this day presents. Do not wear yourself out by worrying about whether you can cope with the pressures. Keep looking at me and communicating with me as we walk through this day together. Take time to rest by the wayside, for I'm not in a hurry. A leisurely place accomplishes more than hurried striving. When you rush, you forget who you are and whose you are. Remember that you are royalty in my kingdom." That's your Jesus Calling for today, August 5th. I'm Tre Tailor. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. I want to give a special shout out to 2 special friends. Deborah Lloyd is celebrating her birthday today. Mary Arrington, she's celebrating her birthday today. And happy birthday to you too, if you are August baby. Until the next time, I wish you peace, abundant blessings. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. And we're still in a pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to wear your mask, but you got to wear it over your nose and under your chin. We'll see you soon.
Coping, find peace of mind to survive through whatever. Coping, learning the way that we thrive all together. Coping, finding out what's real. Coping, we can heal, we can heal, we can heal. Coping with stress, coping with strife, bringing hope for success, for improving our life. Coping beyond hoping to do more than survive, ways to live a healthy life. Coping and promoting, learning what you can do, 6 ways to a better you. Coping, find peace of mind to survive